I'm John Sadler of Sadler Sports and Recreation Insurance, and we're the endorsed insurance provider for Dizzy Dean Baseball and Softball. And I'd like to take a few minutes to share my thoughts on how to best protect yourself, your players, and your volunteers for the upcoming season. You can find out everything you need to know about insurance and risk management on our website. Just go to sadlersports.com and click on the Get a Quote link and go to Dizzy Dean and click on it. And this is our Dizzy Dean webpage, which we will be talking about today. You'll quickly, if you scroll down, find the rates to all 5 of our policies: the accident, the general liability, and the directors and officers liability, crime and equipment. We have high limit policies with a number of custom coverage enhancements for your protection. If you're new to insurance and you need a quick overview, go to the section entitled Quick Education, and this will quickly bring you up to speed on the 10 reasons why the Dizzy Insurance Program blows away the competition on price, coverage, and convenience, coverage details on all 5 policies, and what you need to know before you apply. Also, scroll down to the bottom of the page and find our risk management section for our content that is most applicable to Dizzy Dean, and you'll find actual risk management plans on how to mitigate the risk of child abuse, concussions, bleacher collapse, lightning safety, violence at the ballpark, and other serious risks. Now, if you're renewing your existing policy, we're going to send you an email that will have a link. And we've updated our software this year for the first time so that your screens are going to be pre-filled with the prior year's information. So all you need to do is to update it, which is going to cut down on keystrokes and will save time. Now, if you're a new client, simply go to the top and click on the red button. Click here for instant online quote and purchase. And in about 5 or 10 minutes, you can complete the entire application process, pay by credit card, and print off your proof of coverage documents and certificates for field owners. And after you apply, you'll receive an email with a link to all your coverage docs, and you'll be able to use that link to self-issue any new certificates of insurance 24/7. We aggressively negotiate your insurance rates on each renewal to make sure that you're not overpaying, and we do represent virtually all of the sports insurance carriers in the marketplace, so you know that our prices will always be competitive. I can tell you that our per team rates have been very stable over the past 15 years, which is incredible when you take into account annual inflation. And as an attorney and risk manager, broad coverages in terms of high limits and avoidance of problem exclusions are very important to me. If you buy from the endorsed Dizzy Insurance Program, you'll automatically meet the rulebook insurance requirements for travel teams and tournament hosts, and you're going to sail through the credentials committee meeting. Otherwise, if you buy elsewhere, you may not meet the technical requirements, and you may have to end up purchasing your insurance through us anyway. This outline is what I think you need to concentrate on based on my 35 years of experience. First, you need to buy the best insurance available on 100% of your regular season teams through the endorsed Dizzy Dean Insurance Plan. But buying the best insurance is not enough. You still need to practice some basic risk management to prevent the injury or lawsuit from happening in the first place. It's key to appoint a risk management officer to be in charge of pulling everything together. And we provide all the content under the risk management section of our Dizzy Dean Insurance webpage to make this job easy. I'm going to cover child abuse, concussion, and anti-violence in a minute. But you definitely need to collect a waiver release on behalf of all players and adult participants. They're definitely worth the paper they're written on. And you need to key in on preventing injuries due to bleacher collapse, lightning, and heat illness. And then finally, you should require all of your vendors to provide you with their certificates of insurance, and you need to be careful to avoid pitfalls that are written into facility lease agreements. And before you sign a facility lease agreement, you need to read our blog on this topic to get some negotiation tips. These leases can be very unfair because they frequently make you assume the liability even if the facility is 100% negligent. And once again, we provide all the materials to help you in these areas. The major concern from a liability perspective is sex abuse molestation lawsuits, or SAM lawsuits, which have absolutely killed the sports insurance industry, and this coverage may not be available in future years unless we can figure out how to control it. The carriers are serious about strict SAM risk management compliance, which includes proof that you've run criminal background checks and that you comply with the new federal Safe Sport Act. The Dizzy Dean General Liability Policy has a $1 million sublimit for lawsuits alleging sex abuse and molestation, but coverage will be voided unless you do three things. Number one, you must run criminal background checks with acceptable results on all managers, coaches, and other authorized adult participants in the league who have repetitive access and close contact with minor athletes. Number two, you must have written prevention policies and procedures in place to prevent an incident. And number three, you must have a written requirement to notify law enforcement within 24 hours in the event of a suspicion. Don't be intimidated by the written requirements of your insurance carrier. All you have to do is follow the Dizzy Dean Child Abuse Risk Management Plan. In your franchise document, all leagues agree to adopt and implement the Child Abuse Risk Management Plan that has been published by Dizzy Dean. If you adopt and implement this excellent child abuse plan, you'll automatically meet the insurance requirements. You need to be able to prove that this document was distributed to all your adult staff and that they have agreed in writing that they have reviewed the plan and will comply. Furthermore, this will put you in compliance with the federal Safe Sport Act. Concussions account for about 7% of total injuries in youth baseball and softball and can have serious consequences. There are some state laws out there that require youth sports organizations to have a written concussion risk management plan. These plans typically key in on CDC online coach training, CDC educational handouts for coaches and parents, which could be both preseason and after a potential concussion event, written policies and procedures of identification, removal, return to play protocols, and medical clearance. Our Dizzy webpage has a concussion template that you can adopt that covers all of these requirements. I think we all know from media accounts and all the stories about resignations of umpires that violence in sports is getting worse all the time. More and more of our clients are reporting incidents about fights, and some involve lawsuits against the leagues. If violence is a problem or a potential problem in your league, you really need to check out the blog that I recently posted on this topic, which you can find under the risk management section of the Dizzy webpage. It explains exactly what you need to do to get in front of the problem. The cornerstones are to publish a zero tolerance policy and codes of conduct for coaches, umpires, and parents, and the code should include some serious sanctions for violation. In closing, we wish you the best for the upcoming season, and remember to go to sadlersports.com and to find the link to the Dizzy webpage for complete information on insurance and risk management. Our highly trained staff is eager to answer any questions you may have and to assist you. Thanks.